Hello, and welcome to Bearing in Mind Beer Reviews. From today, we're going to take a look at a series of beers from a brewery which has been around since 2015, but which I've never had the pleasure of sampling. And that is a brewery called DevilCraft, and they are located in Tokyo. And they were founded actually in 2011. Apparently they had been in planning stage for a long time, and there are three main founders who are all foreign residents of Tokyo. And one of their points was brew pubs or pubs in Tokyo didn't really seem to have a kind of a real sense of food character for their pubs. And DevilCraft decided that they would be doing pizza, and more specifically Chicago-style pizza, as their kind of signature food for their pubs. They founded in 2011 and were slowly working their way up. They got their license to brew in 2015, and they began right away from that point, and now have 4 locations in Tokyo, 4 places where you can get their Chicago-style pizza and their range of beers as well. So there are 3 foreign residents, and they kind of focus on different aspects. One, I think 2 of them, or maybe all 3, were home brewers. One certainly became the main brewer, and another focuses on the equipment. He was an engineer. And the third seems to focus on process and yeast and things like that. And right out of the gate, they made a big splash. They won a gold medal at the World Beer Cup with their very first entry ever. And that was for a British-style Imperial Stout, so pretty impressive. They've also won at Japan Brewers Cup. In 2019, they won the silver medal for their IPA. So they have a good reputation in Japan. They don't seem to get around as much. I think they focus mostly on supplying their pubs in Tokyo and maybe a few other places. I can't recall ever seeing them on tap in the Kansai region of Japan, Osaka area. I'm sure they have been, but I just have never seen it. In any case, so recently I purchased a set from them, actually 2 sets, and got a nice glass, signature glass from them, DevilCraft glass, 200 milliliters. They had a choice of 200 or 300 milliliters, and I probably should have gotten the 300 one, but it had a kind of long stem, and I wanted something with a shorter stem. In any case, so we're going to take a look at 10 different beers from them in this series, and I hope you will stay tuned for all of them. Okay? And now we will look at another DevilCraft beer, and this is the 4th one in the series of 8. I think I said earlier I said 10. There are actually 8. So if you see the intro picture, there are 8 beers, and this is number 4. And this one is called DevilCraft Black Igneous Oatmeal Stout. And this is a stout, an oatmeal stout. It contains barley malt, hops, and oats. So oatmeal stouts tend to be nice and creamy, lightly sweet, not terribly high in alcohol. This one is 6.3% alcohol. On Rate Beer, this one has 4 ratings for an average score of 3.65. And on Untapped, it has 142 ratings for an average score of 3.67. So the Rate Beer and Untapped scores have pretty much converged there, which is kind of unusual. Rate Beer scores tend to be a little bit lower than Untapped. And so what you see here is, I think, some stylized version of rocks. It is called Igneous, which is one of the 3 main categories of rocks. Igneous meaning coming from directly out of a volcano and cooling, and then there are sedimentary rocks, which come from sediment that has settled over millennia in rivers and then compacted under pressure. And then the third one is Metamorphic, which is that has gone under two processes, perhaps from a volcano and then deep pressure to change into something else here. So I think we have stylized versions of rocks or crystals, perhaps something like that here. Some breweries pay a lot of attention to their label design and are very creative with it, and DevilCraft seems to take a kind of minimalist approach to their label design. In any case, shall we give this a go? 6.3% oatmeal stout from DevilCraft in Tokyo. And my DevilCraft glass, and we'll put it to good use here. Okay, it is opaque, very dark brown, and a very dark tan head, almost chocolatey. Let's see. Yeah, no light is going through that whatsoever. It's completely opaque. Oh my, okay. We get definitely chocolate and coffee right away. You can smell it. It almost smells creamy, definitely. So this is very pleasant, light chocolate and coffee mixed together. Okay. Get the coffee, get the chocolate, a little bit harsh in mid palate. Smooths out though after that. Kind of hits you with a blast of roasted malt, but I think the oats take over and kind of smooth it out, which is what oats should do in a beer like this. Yeah, oatmeal, oats. This is very pleasant, not too high in alcohol, 6.3, you know, it's not as light as some stouts, but it definitely, you know, could be, you could drink a few of these, I think, without getting too toasted or roasted. Yeah. So, this is got a very simple flavor profile. The coffee and the chocolate blend very nicely. Bitterness is considerable from mid palate, and there are some bitter tracks. So it does not finish sweet. It starts out that way. And from the aroma, you would expect something very, very sweet, but it is not quite as sweet as that. Bitterness does pick up in mid palate, and there's a very slight metallic note near the end as well. So this is very pleasant stout. It's called, once again, DevilCraft Black Igneous Oatmeal Stout, and it is listed at 6.5%, and I have it at 6.3 from another source. So I'm finding with many of the DevilCraft beers, I'm getting different information from different sources, such as Rate Beer, Untapped, Facebook, and other comments. I'm finding people can't quite agree on the alcohol content, and I think it's probably simply due to different vintages or different years of the beer being produced. But in any case, give this one a try and tell me what you think about DevilCraft beers, or this beer in particular if you've had it, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, I'd like to hear from you, and I hope you'll stay tuned. We're going to be doing 4 more beers from the same brewery, DevilCraft in Tokyo, so please tune in for those. Take care. Bye bye.